Okay, part 2. What was that? All right, so next thing that we're doing is a part of our Shabbat prep, but we're also going to talk to you about the goats and give you a little idea of what a ram, lamb, goat of a first year looks like. So tell them what you did, what you just did.
We did the chickens.
What did you do to the chickens?
We got the eggs and we fried off some chickens.
Mm-hmm.
And then we went to the other coop. The other coop is really dirty most of the time, but this time it was really, really clean.
Yeah?
Like, the eggs, the ones that were white, they were really white.
Really?
They weren't. Yeah.
What makes the eggs clean? What do we have to do to keep the eggs clean?
Put more hay.
Put more hay? What kind of hay is it?
Chickens.
Shavings, pine shavings, and that keeps it from being stinky, and it keeps the eggs clean. Okay, so what are we doing now? Oh, bless you. What are we getting ready to do now?
Come on. To the goats.
All right, tell us about it.
Okay. My favorite goat is Judah.
It's my favorite goat too.
The one that's over there. And there's another Judah, but sadly it got
Process.
yeah. And
Process.
there's another Judah right there.
So this is Judah. He is one of the first goats we got, him and Sparkles. So he's older. He's a couple of years, 3 years old? I think 3 years old. All right. Next to him, though, is one of our goats. Hey, kind words. One of our goats of the first year. So this goat was actually born last May. So if you look at the size, you can kind of see what a goat in its first year, how big it is. Now, I'm not getting close to him because he stinks. Hi, Judah. You stink too because you're his friend. He is a fully intact male. So if you were in the process of sacrificing, then this would be this one over here would be one of the goats that would be sacrificed, kind of. Now, he's not without blemish because he was just budded and his horns came in. So he wouldn't technically qualify in the biblical times. But if you just wanted an idea, he's posing for you all of the size and what a goat of the first year would look like. There you have it. Okay. Over here, the girls are in because they were running to the street. So you want to kind of point out who is who. Ari, go ahead.
Okay, so that's Cow Baby.
This is Cow Baby.
And then
S'more, Pie May, Bit of Honey, Bit of Honey's baby, Bit of Honey's other baby. That's Sparkles. She's one of our older goats. She's Judah's sister. Trixie's here. She just had her babies a couple weeks ago, and you can see them in there. I'll get closer. They're in there hanging out in the feed. That little one was just born less than a week ago, and he doesn't have his name is Nature Seasoning. That's his name. So I'll show you some of the babies. This is another goat of the first year. You can tell the difference between the boy goats and the girl goats. So this is Dolly the goat, and she is, how old is she? Oh, she's a sister of X over here. All right, so let's look at these little babies. Oh, yeah, I showed them, Mom. All right, and so here are the littles right over here. Just jumping around, living their best life. And you can see kind of the size. So the two smaller ones, so this one here behind his mom, or her mom, and then that one over there, they were born on Yom Kippur. So we kind of can keep track of those because those are our Yom Kippur goats. The little bitty babies were born the ones just a little bit smaller than them over there jumping, were born 2 weeks ago, and then the little one down there was born like less than a week ago. And we have one more goat that's pregnant, this one over here, and she's due soon. All right, so what do we normally do with the goats?
feed them.
We'll feed them. What do you feed them?
I know.
You don't know? What kind of?
Alfalfa hay.
Alfalfa hay. Very good. Very good. Very good. All right, so they're actually standing on top of the alfalfa hay. So this is kind of what they do every Shabbat. So Jade's going to take it. She's going to grab what's called a flake. So can you explain, Jade? They don't want to hear me. They want to hear the cool kids. So what are you doing, Jade?
Okay. So you have to pull these down.
Can you speak up a little bit because it's kind of loud out here?
You're gonna have to pull these things down so it doesn't drag it and it brings into the goat.
Okay.
And a hay is so a bale is this big, half of this.
Mm-hmm.
So you want to get
A flake.
flake.
Yep.
That's
That's like a half a flake.
That one
That's
got
fine.
eaten up.
so flake is half a.
It's like a piece of a bale. Yep. And then Ari, you want to grab the next one? Go ahead. Very good. X is going to try to eat it all. And then Kale, you want to grab the next one, please. Good. Very good. Oh, look at the babies. And so we feed them, of course, double. Why do we feed them double on Shabbat?
There's a lot.
Because there's a lot. But
No, because we won't be out here to work tomorrow.
very good. Very good. Very good.
Oh.
It just tripped over the tiny baby.
Oh. Nature and his last name is Seasoning.
All right, but what happens? So this is a really good question. What happens if one of our goats goes into birth or goes into labor and has a baby on the Shabbat? Then what do we do?
Help it out.
We're gonna help it out. Definitely.
Yeah,
Definitely.
It's not called work.
You're helping. It's a good work. Make sure the babies get here safely. Definitely. So we've had one goat birth on the Shabbat.
I have a question.
Actually, the mom of that little one. Yes.
Are you going to process nature seasoning?
Well, we don't want to talk about that. He's so small right now. What if he hears us?
He doesn't know what process means. He's so small.
I think goats are born knowing what process means. Okay, so we do that. And then you guys did the eggs. We're going to give them water. And then we'll go ahead and set the table. So we'll do the next part. Somebody said your Passover me song in the chat. Say thanks. Is there anything else you guys want to say before we go off for our next so we can go set the table? Yes.
Okay, I want to tell you about that one that had the baby.
Okay.
Dolly.
Dolly.
Dolly was too young to have a baby.
Well, not really. She's just smaller than we wanted her to be.
Then she had a baby right over there, not in the her actual place.
Mhm.
It was running free, and then it got ran over. And she had a baby, and everybody she was just laying down the whole time. Then we knew that something was wrong, and I called for help. Then she had a little baby. I didn't watch it because I already watched it like Jade. You just. So what really happened was that was when this Zoe and Miss Tanisha was here, and Zoe and me, because this was a school day, so we didn't know it was really gonna happen. So Zoe and me were just walking around, and I came up there, and the goat was just crying, and then everyone came outside, so Jade did anything. Everyone was coming outside, running, and they were like, ah, and then they got the stuff that they poured on the goat, and then the baby made it out safely.
That's exactly what happened. That's exactly what happened. Okay, we're gonna take a break. Thank you guys for tuning in. We'll show you how we set our Shabbat table, and we'll tell you about what we're gonna have for dinner tonight, and kind of show you what the end part of our leaven removal is looking like as well.
Mom,
Yes.
well, not right now, not like in this year, but like at least next year and the year after that, I want to have a YouTube channel called Royal Roots Kids, so that you can like record and you can put it on Royal Roots Kids instead of putting it on Royal Roots, because like then makes no sense.
I feel like you know how kids ask you for something in front of company? That just happened right now on live YouTube. You just forced me in a corner, but I think that's a good idea. All right, until our next video, shalom.